Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Irina. It will be interesting for amateurs and professionals of nail aesthetics. Hurry to join us. We begin. This video will be a very interesting pedicure. There are many nuances here. It's almost like a tutorial. There is dense keratosis on these heels. There is a big kernel callus on the metatarsal part of the foot, arched nails on the toes. In general, the skin on the feet is hyperhidrosis. Here is such a difficult combination. Now I will treat for all this as part of an aesthetic pedicure. First, I treated the feet with an antiseptic and removed the previous coating of the nails. I am using a carbide mill. I completely removed the coating from the nail so as not to create additional pressure on the nail plate. The milling handle operates at 20,000 RPM in the forward position. Now I cut off the free edge of the nail. With a file, I file off the shape of the nails. I use a 180 grit nail file for natural nails. I create a smooth end of the nail and round the corners a little. The nail on the little toe is deformed. The little toe lies under the previous toe. Therefore, when walking, it thickens. I file off the nail and remove the thickness a little. With the elongated bud mill, I remove the pterygium, which is layered on the nail. The milling handle operates at 15,000 RPM. First in the forward position, then reverse. Now I treat the feet with soapy water. I spray water liberally on both feet. I continue to do this for 2 minutes. I massage the feet so that the skin has time to moisturize and cleanse. Now I am applying an enzyme peel. As you already understood, today I will perform a pedicure with preparations with KART cosmetics. Now I am using a universal softener. I apply it only to those areas where there is keratosis. Now I am applying a softening extra lotion. I moisten cotton pads with it and apply the application. The extra lotion has a liquid consistency, it is like water. To prevent it from spreading over the entire foot, I need to fix it locally. So I moisten cotton pads and apply them. After that, I wrap the feet with cling film. I do this with care so as not to dislodge the cotton pads. I carefully wrap it with cling film to create a greenhouse effect and all the preparations worked as expected. In the meantime, I treat the toes. I use water to soften the skin, and I use a curette to remove out the subungual calluses. There are subungual calluses here, the lateral sides are very high, the nails are arched. There is always work for the curette on these toes. I use scissors to cut the cuticle and use the skin clippers. A lot of skin grows on top of the little toe, since it is turned to the side, and is in this position when walking. The little toe rubs against the shoes, so it is protected by an additional layers of skin. The effect of the preparations has already ended. I unwind a cling film and remove the cotton pads. I use a dull scalpel to scrape off softened skin. I do this slowly, carefully treating all areas. On the metatarsal part there is such a kernel callus. I removed some of this callus with a scalpel because it was already very large in size. It interfered with and created pain when walking. But there was still a dark and hard part of this callus. I will still treat it. Now I am treat the heel. There is a very dense layer of keratosis, and one procedure I cannot remove it. I scrape 70% of the yellow skin and 30% still remains. Now I need to complete the treatment of the feet. This can be done with a pedicure file or disc. Now I will do this with a pedicure file. I remove softened skin with a 100 grit abrasive. This is how the feet look now. Finally, I use soapy water, rinse off the rest of the preparations and wipe the feet dry. Now with a disc with 100 grit abrasive I treat the area around the callus. I try not to touch the core itself. There is an excellent preparation in KART Cosmetics. It's called Cornex Gel. It is specially formulated for the treatment warts and kernel calluses. Now I will show you how to use it at home. I cut a small hole in the middle of a regular medical plaster. I glue the medical plaster in place so that the hole aligns with where the kernel callus is. Now I drip a drop of Cornex gel. I wait 2 to 3 minutes for the gel to dry and stick another medical plaster on top, only without a hole. The client needs to carry out this procedure on her own at home every evening for 8 to 10 days until the kernel callus disappears. I have completed the treatment of feet and kernel callus, and now I start to coat the nails. I have already degreased the nails with a nail prep and primed the nails. I also coated all nails with a thin layer of Attica base coat. I do not level the surface of the nails. Now I coat the nails with color gel polish. My client and I chose Milano reflective gel polish. The number of this reflective gel polish is 13 seconds. I coated the nails with gel polish in 2 thin layers with intermediate drying of each layer, and coat all nails with a top coat. For the pedicure, I use a flexible top coat with a sticky layer. Reflective gel polishes have a very interesting shine. I can't stop looking at these nails. They turned out to be very cool. I hope you learned something new and interesting from this video. If so, click like and write your comments, and I wish you good health and creative success. Bye bye everyone.